Good evening, Keepers of the Cash. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy here, and joining me this Tuesday, we don't have Steve, but we have double the co-host. We have David from Garage Geek. David, how you doing tonight, sir?
Great.
And we also have Dave from Four Corners Comics. How are you tonight, Dave?
Hey, well, good to see you, Gary.
Absolutely. And of course, for those of you watching, my internet is a bit buggy at the moment. That should even itself out. But we have a first-time guest on tonight, and it's none other than the Shawshank Collection account from Instagram. We are very honored to welcome James onto the show. And James, thank you so much for agreeing to come on. I certainly appreciate it.
Hey, Gary. Yeah, thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Just talk.
Now, right, for those of you that don't for those that don't know you, James, give a little bit about what kind of a sweet spot is and how you got into comics.
Yeah, absolutely. So the handle is the Shawshank Collection on IG. I'm nowhere else, so look for me there. Pretty eclectic collection. I just like to collect cool books, show them off on IG. Give back to the community is one of my very favorite things to do. I've been collecting for about 20 years, and over that time, slowly acquired, as my wife would say, a library of unnecessary paper. So I look forward to showing it off to you guys.
No paper's unnecessary. Oh, that's great. So, we'll get right going. First of all, was it hard for you to pick 12 books out tonight, or was it pretty easy for you?
It was super hard. I would say all of my books are my favorite because if they're not, they don't belong in my collection. I tried to theme it out a bit. We're in the spooky season, but I won't go super hard in that area. There's a couple of old golden age and some modern classics. So we wanted to bring a variety and a couple of things that hopefully the audience hasn't seen too much of before.
Awesome.
And the great thing about it, right? It's not a top 10. It's just 10 favorites. We could have hundreds of favorites. So this show is made for guests to return. So hopefully we'll get you back in the future, especially when my internet's working a little better. But without further ado, though, why don't you start us out with your first book and we'll just get it rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you that can guess from my my handle name, I'm also into movies. And I wanted to show my favorite horror movie first. So The Alien or Alien by Ridley Scott. This is one of my prized signed first edition books. Missing a couple of signatures. I would love to get Ridley before unfortunately probably leaves us. Also missing Sigourney Weaver, but yeah, got the rest of the cast on there. So yeah, maybe next time I come on, I would have collected either Sigourney Weaver or Ridley onto this one.
Do you unslab every time you get a new signature and reslab it?
Yeah, these came all at once, so to be determined. We'll see where those individuals crop up, and whether or not I have to pull it apart myself or I can get CGC to do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, James.
So that's one of my favorite books too. I have a few copies.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, James, I was going to ask you, do you have signatures inside the books or just all cover signatures?
You know what? I tend to prefer them inside, to be honest. I'm a big, in general, also would love to show some original art next time maybe as well. So yeah, inside is preferable, but with when the signatures are good looking and they don't intrude too much on the art itself, I don't mind.
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, it's one of my favorite books. I have
number 2.
Okay, number 2. Yeah. So
I don't have any.
Yeah, it's
I have the epic.
so the
one.
next one I wanted to go down. You know,
Oh,
I got to bring a Marvel book to kind of the spooky show, and the spookiest Marvel character I could think
Ooh.
of
Small book.
is the Hulk. My
right.
of Hulk #1, one of my favorite.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's
I always
amazing.
think,
Holy
wouldn't
cow.
yeah, I always think from the Avengers, you know, or who would I not want to meet down a dark alley on a bad day? And it's probably this guy.
Yeah, it's incredible, James. Where
Now,
did you
have
pick
you
that one
enjoyed-
up?
Where'd you pick it up? Dave asked.
Oh, this one might have been at Collector's Summit to buy low. With a book like this, it takes a couple of upgrades to get to a 3.0. So this is the third edition of the Hulk #1 in my collection. But I think this one was Collector's Summit.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now,
Okay, next.
I like they've kind of returned him to his horror roots lately. You know, a little bit, make him dark again.
Yeah, for sure. And it gets super dark. Okay, next one, probably for my favorite artist of all time, and actually this is my favorite cover of all time. This is it's the classic. Yeah, exactly.
Great King Kong
And if you
homage.
see closely, she's even grasping a mini King Kong in her right hand. It's a wonderful
that's
cover.
one of my
20 mil. I would love the original, but that's never happening, right? But you know, you don't get tired of looking at this one. I think, you know, the way he draws his good girls is quite unique. But you know, it's real enough to really resonate with me. Love the colors. The trade dress, particularly vibrant on these areas as well. Always super attractive to me.
And I just love the way he
is
sets
a
up a
beautiful
scene on that one. Like it's amazing, and it just shows how skilled he was, not just with body art, but with, you know, he has a great sci-fi, you know, art talent as well, with the stuff he did with Buck Rogers and things in there. Not that those are sci-fi, but it's great to see him mix genres like that.
Yeah, the range is incredible. You know, just such an impressive artist in general, not just for his comic work, but everything he did in mixed media and across all of the arts. Incredible individual. Favorite story, in at least in recent times from the comic genres of horror, and this is Why the Last Man.
Ooh.
So, didn't watch the TV show. I actually heard it was a flop, so you know, I couldn't bring myself to do that. Considering it's, you liked it, maybe I'll check it out. It is unreal. You know, there's harrowing moments, family connection of Yorick and his sister, and of course the little monkey ampersand as well, and the character that he brings to the story is absolutely wonderful. This is one that the artist Pia Guerre just recently picked up a fantastic commission from her of Yorick and ampersand, and again would love to share that next time.
Nice.
But just a super unique art style, and matches perfectly with the story, and that's quite often a tricky match to get, and Brian Vaughan really nails it here.
Yeah, it would be really cool if they would release all the covers in the oversized
And
format.
it's tough for him because he's had 2 failed TV adaptations. Because Paper Girls is brilliant, and that didn't catch on as a TV series. And I would love to see them tackle Saga at some point.
Yeah, that would be a complex TV show, but would love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And
we
Saga
talked
is one
about,
of those things too that shouldn't hurt. Just amazing.
oh, absolutely.
Like you end up caring so much
Absolutely.
about the characters, the way he writes.
Yeah, for sure. Talking about TV shows, probably one of my favorite from recent times, Walking Dead. Can't say I watched it all the way through, to be very, very honest with you, but the first 5 seasons, absolutely incredible. This is actually one I've been looking for a while, and there's a variant with the black writing underneath here for the mature content, and I've always been after that.
Ooh.
Never found it, so eventually just bit the bullet and got it with the white original,
Didn't know that.
non-variant edition.
Wow.
Tremendous storytelling. Again, it's the human factor. Love the characters. Of course, it's on the gory side, so this is something that I don't enjoy with my kids. I got 2 boys, and they're getting well into comics, but they'll have to wait a few years before I expose them to that one.
For sure. Yeah, that's a great choice. Awesome.
Next one's a bit different, and maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't see anyone show off a page from a comic before, and I actually just recently upgraded my
Ooh,
Vampirella #1. Would love to have shown that again, maybe for next time, but I wanted to show off my splash page from Vampirella #1, which is actually probably even nicer than the cover itself.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know they did that. I knew they did that for really, really old comics, but yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's one of these esoteric collections
That's
that
a
I've kind of
gorgeous
gone.
page.
Yeah, I mean it's wonderful. Really, really brings her to life, and one of these things that kind of went down this rabbit hole with. I think before I had Fantastic Four #1, the book, I got a page from it, and I don't have a Batman #1 or an Action #1. I hate to ruin that surprise, but I'm working on pages for them until I can, find one in a wall somewhere or whatever the story goes.
That's a really interesting. I've never seen something like that, but I don't get around the block much. That's really cool. And they just label it PG. Page?
Yeah,
and that's
page. Yeah,
it's a great page too because it has the incredible trade dress on it, and I just love the.
Yeah, and the art, and
Yep.
What are those? Are those suds or bubbles? The well-placed bubbles.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay, next one is a pulp. Big fan of Brundage, Margaret Brundage. Famous Weird Tales cover artist. Just incredible artist in general. Studied at the Chicago Institute of Art, I believe. If Code Blue's watching, he's an aficionado. And I actually picked this one up on one of his shows with Crime City Comics on Instagram.
Wow.
I mean, classic Brundage in terms of.
Wow. And how beautiful. It's in gorgeous condition.
Robert E. Howard.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
James, is that like late 1930s or what's the year on that one?
Yeah, that's a good shout. 1936.
Jeez.
Dave.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those covers that you find yourself looking at. And get lost in it.
Yeah. Especially the green too. Yeah.
Oh, the green.
All those
for sure.
Wow. That is beautiful.
And those are hard to come by and quite pricey.
I mean, and that's gorgeous condition. Look at it. It's almost perfect. Does it have a?
You said that one was 1936, right?
Yep, 1936 of July.
That's the year Howard died.
That's a really famous story too. Or is it Red Sails?
That was the year Robert E. Howard killed himself.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the cases on those things too, right? It's like that thing's huge, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Like a brick.
but they're pretty steady.
Oh, yeah.
I was stoked when they started grading them because I've got a few that probably warrant grading, but it's difficult to get around to it. So I picked that one up already graded from, as I say, Crime City. Okay.
And the new cases are really nice now from the companies.
The new ones, you say, Gary?
Yeah. Oh, I said the new cases are really nice from the companies. They're really solid, not like they used to be.
Yeah. Yeah, they're certainly getting better. Have noticed that. Next, I wanted to show probably I would say my favorite Golden Age horror stroke good girl cover. I've got a couple of favorite good girl covers that I didn't want to show tonight because I know Dave Four Corners is looking for them, so I didn't want to show off too much. But Baffling Mysteries #7 really is a very special book for me. Probably the first one that from the Golden Age that caught my eye just for the art itself. You know what? I've never had the desire to seek out this story and read it. I love the cover that much that it's enough for me. Just classic.
Way better than a 3.5. I mean that really shows well. I mean,
it's
wow,
pretty sharp.
Copy. Beautiful copy.
Bit of a spine roll, but other than that, it's colors. The colors on Golden Age. There's nothing quite like it. So it's quite often what I look for in these types of books. And actually, I did just want to add to that because they also made a toy for it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have seen
And they
this.
got a bunch of the pre-code horror toys. They look cool.
Yeah. Really cool. And that one glows in the dark.
It does. Yeah.
I think, yeah. Cool.
But James, I love the old trade dresses on those too. The old trade dresses are so nice. And those bright reds on those two, on the Eerie and the Baffling, are just amazing.
Yeah, when you think of Baffling, that's the book, right? It's when you think about Baffling Mystery in that run, that's the one. And I agree with you too. That's a book you just want for the art. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Next one, another one that kind of I want for the art, but also another reason. I have seen Dave talk about the Senate book collection on this show before, and I wanted to share my favorite. It's Mystery Tales 19.
Ooh.
Ah, so good.
Wow.
That's
what
the
a
zombie
great cover.
book.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that
I think you said it.
Wrightson?
No, this is Harry Anderson. Again, probably an underappreciated master of the Golden Age. He's done a couple of zombie covers specifically. This one being my favorite, probably all-time favorite zombie cover, and I'm not sure if it's coming through, but it's the eyes. They're so creepy.
They got that big creep factor to them.
Yeah,
the dripping letters are cool too. Really cool.
Talking about trade dress, right? Yeah, they knew how to do it back in the 50s. This is a book you have to see in person. I would say the blues, the colors are, I would say, muted, but they're super moody. Anderson was really a master of color as well as the shadow, light and shadow. There's not a ton
that cover's got great atmosphere to it.
Yeah, not a ton of detail, but the atmosphere is there in spades. And as I said, that's part of the Senate book collection that need to give James from Code Blue Comics a shout out because he got us all on this, right? I might have got Dave on it, but he got us all on it. So you'll recognize this photograph from the poster board that was presented at the Senate, the trial on juvenile delinquency.
Ooh.
And Mystery Tale is right here.
Awesome. So those went up, they shot up in value because of that picture.
Yeah. Well, not quite at that time. Probably
now.
just over the last couple of years, to be honest. But yeah, some of them are getting a little eye-watering, and we're doing our best to get Dave over the line.
Yeah, James, I get to blame James from Shawshank for getting me hooked on Senate books just from seeing his collection. And early on when I joined Instagram for the community, I got hooked on James's page. It's just because of the history. And so I call James my like Senate book guru. So if I have questions or need anything, James is kind of my go-to guy. But his collection, just with his Senate books alone, is pretty incredible. So thanks, James, for taking the rest of my fund money. And that's where it goes right now. So thanks, sir.
My pleasure. Yeah. And
So,
sorry to Sarah.
On a side note, though, how did you two meet?
Yeah, Dave, I'm not sure. I think just IG chit chat. We a lot of the same. We cross paths a lot in terms of the shows that we watch or the people we follow. And like-minded individuals tend to gravitate to each other. And yeah, Dave's been a real bright spot. I mean, Instagram is social media in general is a marvel to me. But it's been wonderful to meet Dave and the other David tonight and yourself, Gary.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's the one great thing that's come out of this. Like, as toxic as the internet, YouTube, social media platforms can be, if you conduct yourself in a well manner, you meet other well mannered people, and it actually becomes really quite worth it because you build some solid friendships.
Yeah, well said.
And then you meet people like me.
Hey, there's always got to be one, David.
Chanko, you're gonna love what he's showing.
Oh, Brad, how you guys doing?
Right up your alley.
I follow Chanko.
They're all thrown off because I started an hour late. So I think.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that. I did think it was a little late, but I didn't make the connection. But yeah, so Gary's sound is a little bit off, so that's why it's
fine.
Oh, is it good now? Oh, you're just awkward. There you go.
Okay, I think we're at number 10 now.
You're not supposed to say it out loud, David.
So you're at number 10. Wow, you're almost done.
We're rushing through this.
Cruising,
sorry about that. Some of you might recognize the accent. I haven't lived there in a while, but I'm from the UK originally, by way of Singapore and several other places. But I did want to bring my favorite UK edition comic book to show today. And again, it's of the spooky variety. This is Ghostly Weird Stories 122. And this is a classic, famous LB Cole cover.
Ooh.
Wow, look at that.
Wow, that's amazing. Death Ship.
Those colors are crazy.
They are incredible in person. And again, I don't mind if it's a UK version or the US. Obviously, I'm partial to a UK version. But really the colors is what does it for me. And if I had the choice again, I would pick this one up.
Those are really weird colors to choose.
I love, like, for me,
it's like a yellow. That's supposed to be space in the background, right?
Yeah, and I love foreign edition books.
On a planet. Oh, it's the sky. I don't know. It's interesting. Yellow. It's just a weird choice, right? But it's so cool.
Yeah, it's grotesque as hell, but love it.
It is cool. I want to know what's going on. I need to read that story.
That's what you want in a ghostly weird tale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's the pants edition.
Now, have those ever been reprinted, James?
They have, yeah. And actually, just recently, I forget the guy's name on Instagram, Picto something or other. He's done a reprint of this in psychedelic colors, and that's a sick book. I would love to actually pick that up from him.
Wow.
Ooh.
So is that like a facsimile just redone, or it's just a different book?
I don't know. That's amazing. This I love seeing these kind of books that I haven't had experience with.
So Gary, remind me, is the next one
and
the
again before we keep going?
book?
I just want to apologize to everybody. Your choice, sir.
Okay, let's do my spec.
Yeah,
I don't really
your
collect spec
choice.
books. I've never really been
I'm not a spec.
I don't know, that impulsive, to be frank. And I truly, I mean, it's cliche, right? But I collect what I like, and quite often I don't like the spec books too much. So I kind of took a tangent. I hope you don't mind. I wanted to show my copy of The Last of Us,
Ooh,
American Dream #1.
great game.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, look, not only is this my favorite video game of all time. I wish I had more time to play these days, but you know, I did finish this one and the second one. But you know, when the next season comes out on television, I'm quite sure that this will balloon as a spec book should, and then drop back down to its rightful position as, you know, just a super solid modern age book that has a pretty low print run, and a wonderful story attached to it.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I remember getting to the end of that first game, and I beat it a few times, and I was completely on Joel's side. And you had people that saying he was the bad guy. I'm like, well, I would have been the bad guy because nobody would have touched her.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, they're so good at tugging on your heartstrings.
No doubt.
James, when you're searching for
And even
the
in the
books that
Uncharted
you love.
game.
Oh, sorry, Gary. I was curious too, James.
No, go ahead. You're good, David.
For a lot of these books, you know, it's so accessible to get online and grab a lot of these books too. And I think in conversation, we've talked that you still like to go out and hunt for books too. So is that still part of the collection game for you when you have the time to do it?
Yeah, for sure. You know, not to mention the fact, I mean, I mentioned it earlier, particularly with Golden Age, I buy for color, and presentation. And you know, there's a couple of collectors that'll let you in on this and spend the time with you to inspect a book and other things online. I mean, but you can't beat seeing it face to face. You know, natural light is not something that can be substituted in my eyes, particularly when you're
Right.
spending, you know, some pretty big dollars on some of these books. I'm a patient collector. Certainly don't dive in first time I see something, although I have wished I'd done that on occasion previously, one of which was one of the hardest Senate books to collect. Missed out on it very, very early on in my journey in that regard. And, 11 months later, it took me almost a full year to find it again. So some of these books, you just got to accept it. But mostly I like to collect in person.
Now, do you collect them only graded, or do you do it raw as well?
No, I do like a graded book. Probably, if I had a preference, particularly for some of the more expensive books, just because I have the dread of, not that there's anything against the purple or the green label, but I have the dread of, my eye not being as professional as it should be in terms of grading or spotting color touch or whatever it might be. But I do collect a ton of raw books. I do like to read the books that I buy. And as I said, just kind of recently, getting more into original art, particularly cover art. And then I'm working on a couple of frames where I can frame the art itself and the comic next to each other. So this is kind of my new rabbit hole that,
Nice.
it's breaking the bank a little.
Yeah, but I mean, those old art pieces, they're so amazing. And I don't know if you're a fan of it, but like one of the things I love about those old books is I love the back covers and just seeing the type of ads, because the ads are always a reflection of the time. Even the ads will kind of take you back.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
I was gonna ask. There's when you're collecting big books like that, if they're not graded, you can run into so many shady people out there who are trying to trick you on purpose. And I know with I don't buy those kind of books myself, so I'm always wondering about the possibility of that. Has that ever happened to you, or have you been able to avoid it?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't think of one off the top of my head. It was a Mad #1.
Oh.
Pretty big book.
Yeah.
always, and since then I've been fortunate enough to pick up a copy. But yeah, just bought a copy online. Didn't get a close inspection. It was actually on an Instagram show. I won't name and shame, but then they kind of went dark on me, and yeah, left with a bit of a dud. And by dud, I mean the cover was legit, but yeah, the inside pages were from a different book, unfortunately. So that that was a bit of a painful exercise in prudence moving forwards.
That just happened to Chonko too. He bought a book
really?
that had the wrong inner pages, but he was able to send it back to the company and fix it. So it ended well, but yeah, I think that happens a lot.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's tough because even because I buy off eBay here and there too, and I've had 2 bad instances, and I left bad reviews, and I go, "This is your account." They start talking bad to you. I just take pictures of the whole conversation. I blew one guy up on YouTube. I just made a whole show out of it. Pasted all the conversation on there. I'm like, look, I have a channel. I'll let everyone know not to shop with you. And usually I'll get refunded instantly. And
well, good.
I'll just tell him that I know Gary. So I'll use that moving forwards.
There you go. We'll stick Gary on you.
That might get doors closed on you. Oh goodness. Chonko's telling everyone it was the Chamber of Chills 17.
Oh, that's a nice book too. That's painful. Sorry, Chonko, about that. That's tough.
Now, before we get to your storybook, is there a book that you're hardcore chasing right now? Like, because you're a collector. There's always the hunt. What's at the top of your hunt list?
That's a great question. There's actually there's an obscure Vampirella cover. It's a modern book, rare low print. It's a Jenny Frison piece of art, and I just got the cover art from Jenny herself off her website, and I'm desperate to find it in a 9.8. There's one. I forget which issue number it is. It's never been on sale, so I'm putting the call out that I'm looking for the Frison Vampirella cover in a 9.8. I got it raw, and I'll frame it and I'll love it forever. But I'm maybe a bit OCD in chasing the 9.8s. From a Golden Age perspective, I'm only going to show one DC book tonight, and it's my storybook. My son, my 10-year-old, has way better taste in comics than I do. He's a big DC fan. I need to get into it, and I'm a big fan of the Riddler. The Silver Age appearance. I think it's like a pink cover. I forget the number. Dave, you'll probably know it straight away. But love that cover. Need to get that in high grade. Can't wait to see my own copy in my collection next year. That's a goal for 2026.
Cool.
Nice. So Silver Age is great, and now Bronze. I mean, even Bronze Age books are going up now. Bronze is the new Silver Age with prices rising. So it's getting tougher and tougher. Like all these books, even from, say 5 years ago, you were getting books for 50 cents to $2, and now just those cheap books for your run fillers, now they're $8 to $12 just for filler books, which is nuts.
Yeah, they're going up.
I'm like, man, we can't even fill a run. And I don't know about you. Are you a series completionist, or are you just mostly the covers that catch your eye?
A couple. One of the Senate books, Weird Tales. There's only 3 in the series, so that's a pretty easy one to collect. Although they're a little spendy. Eerie, the Avon second series as well, from the 50s. That's a 17-book run. That's one of the ones that I've completed most recently, and just because all of the covers are fantastic, not from the perspective of being a completionist, but just genuinely because I love all of the books.
Right, art's just gorgeous.
Yeah, for sure. But no, it tends to overwhelm me a touch, and I got plenty of collecting goals that maybe in later years that I'll get onto that, but the bank balance won't cope with that.
Now, I mean, what? So one more question before we get to your storybook. You know, when I was young and collecting, you know, and reading books, because I've always been an avid reader, but there was always like, oh, I'll never own this book. And then when I got older and you're an adult, all of a sudden you get that book you never thought you were going to get. What was the first book for you that you got as an adult that you never thought you would have had? That just blew your mind. You're just sitting there holding it, going, "Oh my God, I have."
Yeah. You know, I think by diffusion, the book that was most exciting for my kids, and so thus me, was my first AF-15. You know, there's nothing quite like it. As I said, my oldest is a big DC fan, but you know, he couldn't even hold back his excitement when I pulled out the first Spidey. You know, I'm super fortunate to be able to have got a couple of these books, and you know, sometimes I just have to pinch myself still
Right.
to open these up, and yeah, I don't show them off, or you know, I keep them in the dark, and you know, I don't look at them enough. But yeah, when I do, I'm definitely pinching myself for that one.
Wow.
Well, and just books that are so important to not just because of it's a great character and it's a beginning, but they're also just like AF-15 and Detective 27. So these are just books that have historical value, like books that were part of the reason comics are still around today.
Cultural impact.
Yes.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Perfect way to say it, David.
Mm.
Nice. A good. All right. So let's get to your storybook.
Okay. So the story goes, I spent about 5 years in Singapore during the early part of my career. I'm a scientist by training, and although I don't go to the laboratory anymore, I still profess to be a scientist at heart. And my career or my work took me to Singapore as a beautiful place. Loved every minute of being there. My youngest son was born there. It certainly has a special place in our heart. But it's super difficult to get comic books there. You know, there's a couple of comic book stores, but you know, it's challenging to get, you know, either the esoteric stuff that I'm into, or some of the more, you know, rare Silver Age books, and certainly Golden Age. My son's favorite character, because he has way better taste than me, is Bizarro. And you know, Bizarro's first appearance is Superboy 68. So I bought this book for him for his very first comic book.
Oh wow!
It was for his 6th birthday. I remember it well. So not too long ago, and this is prized possession for him still. I haven't superseded this one in his collection, although, you know, we've added some nice books together to his collection. And I bought it off eBay, and I bought it from a store called the Bronze Age Batcave, just by chance, halfway across the world in Singapore. And then ultimately moved out here to the Bay Area, and would you know it, that the Bronze Age Batcave is my LCS.
Oh
So
wow!
you know, struck up an amazing relationship with Damon and the guys at the store. Obviously told them the story, and you know, ever since, you know, enjoy when I can getting in there and spending probably too much money, as of course the wife would say.
That's an amazing story.
I'll say that's like such a full circle story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are the odds? You order a book online in Singapore, and the place you move is that comic shop.
Absolutely.
Nuts.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Fortuitous for sure.
Right, that's a bit of serendipity there. That's awesome.
Yeah, James, where does your son keep this book?
He has a couple of short boxes now, and he's got a slab box that this is at the very front of. I asked him if I could use it today, and he's not feeling well at the moment. He's in his bedroom. He's probably listening in, to be honest. But you know, he's looking forward to watching the highlights of this, and yeah, thrilled that we're highlighting his book tonight.
Awesome. So
That's
cool.
a great story.
Oh, good thing I was PG today.
Yeah, I know you have some pretty brutal books in your collection, James. You probably can't look at just yet, right?
Absolutely.
Now, those are all amazing books. I mean, I'm going to have to say my favorite was the Frazetta, though.
Hard to beat.
It is.
Hard to beat.
I mean, just being a Conan guy and what he meant to Conan, but there's
Weird Tales.
Yeah, but besides his Conan work, there's this he did so much great and famous funnies and just the Buck Rogers and sci-fi stuff, the Flash Gordon, just there's like no genre that he couldn't paint. It was just amazing.
James,
absolutely.
And
Sorry,
I love
last year I was
Go
able
ahead.
to go to the Frazetta Museum in Pennsylvania. I think
Oh,
there's
wow.
2 of them, and that was really a lot of fun. But my favorite was the Weird Tales, the green cover that you showed. I thought that was quite a surprise, and it's so beautiful.
is there any attainable, like, I'm sure there is if you have enough capital, but is there a piece of OA that you're hoping to get someday from Frazetta? Is there something that's like within your grasp to get?
I think Frazetta, no, because when you get that, when you get to spending that much money, it's I dread to think about getting the green light from the boss on. But I definitely do strive for some Bernie Wrightson. I got a couple of pieces, but I don't have a cover. I would love a Wrightson cover. I think he's more of the bronze and modern age version of Frazetta in many ways. Incredible command of light and shadow, and the line work is just unreal on his work.
his backgrounds are amazing. Like all the detail he puts in. Like, do you ever see that one piece of his with the scientists in the laboratory? And you could look at that every single day and find new things in the background. It's like it's amazing. It's such an intricate, detailed piece of work.
Yeah, I mean it's just incredible. Would love to just I haven't spent enough time just looking at Bernie OA. And a couple of modern artists as well that I love Frizen. I'm lucky enough to have a couple of her covers. I'm digging commission pieces at the moment as well. Something truly unique that maybe doesn't have the market value to most people, but are simply priceless to me. Whether it be a family portrait in the style of a particular artist, or a scene that's made up from my head rather than the annals of the comic pages. So I'm kind of just exploring that whole space at the moment, and would love to come back and show some of it off sometime.
Oh, absolutely. We'll set you up again soon, especially now that it's like the last 10 minutes, my internet's been perfect. I don't know what the problem was. I felt so bad.
Right.
But I do have one more question because I'm selfish that way. So, when you're shopping and you're hunting, sometimes you get that thing for a great price you didn't think. You're showing your Alien book earlier. So I was at a local comic fest here. And, I'm still on a hunt for a first printing of Alien. I got a second and a third, right? The third I got from Nicholas, one collection down, this dude here who AOK'd it to me. So amazing. I couldn't wait to grade it so I could just preserve it because the act of kindness meant so much to me, right? Then I was out in the wild meeting up with some other friends, and I saw a second printing. He had a $20 price tag on it. So I bought it, opened it up, and it was signed by Chris Warner and Mark Vierden on the inside. Or I can't remember. I forgot his last name. The guy that wrote all those first ones, though. And so I got that, and I was like, "So what's your story? What did you find that you got for a great price and you just couldn't believe it?"
I could probably show one actually.
Oh, nice. Let's see it. Sorry, now that my internet's working, I'm never shutting up, guys.
So
Your show.
I didn't show a Soti book tonight, but
Ooh.
this is one of the
Wow.
classic Seduction of the Innocent books. Some say it's the first horror comic, but continuously, there's debate about that. It's from it's Classic Comics 13. It's from 1943.
And that's a great horror cover. His face alone.
Yeah, Yeah.
Look at the colors on that thing. That thing's in beautiful condition.
Yeah, this is what I'm proud of as well.
Let's say for a 5.0, that presents like an 8.5.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's a sweet book. So I found this not at the Bronze Age Batcave, but at one of my other local stores. And I assumed they thought it was a second print or a third print because these classic comics they go through a fair number of printings. But it's not hard to discern what printing it is. You just need to open the first page. But they had it for $5, and quickly got that slabbed up and preserved for the future. And yeah, I mean, not to say that I don't sell books. I do give them away when I upgrade. But I don't think I'll be giving this one away anytime soon.
No, what a great story attached to it.
$5.
$5? Come on, that's insane.
Wow. Doesn't happen very often though.
Right.
But it could happen anytime. That's the joy of the hunt, right? It could happen anytime. And
you appreciate it more now because now it is harder to find that because now everybody looks up everything in an instant on their phones. So there's the knowledge is just instantly there when they want it.
Curse. It's a curse.
Right. But fantastic books, James. That was amazing. Love the story.
Phenomenal books.
So cool to hear you're a gamer too. So the fact that you play PlayStation makes it even better. You're not a dirty Xboxer. Just kidding, any Xbox guys. I don't hate any system. They're all great. They're all great systems. I just wanted to do a little joke. But gaming is like anything. You go with the system that has the exclusives you like. And if Naughty Dog puts out a game, I gotta play it.
100%.
With it, amazing stuff. But those books were incredible. I agree with the colors. For as old as those books were, the way the colors popped on them was astounding. Just absolutely amazing.
Beautiful collection.
And I'm
Thanks,
sure
guys.
you made
pleasure.
David on the bottom drew a little bit with a couple of those books.
All the books.
And that's why I knew I needed that David on tonight because I know that he collects the same type of books you do. I'm like, I got to have another guy here that has knowledge of these books because once it gets to the early Silver Age and Golden Age, my knowledge is limited. I needed someone that was up to that speed, And I'm like, I'm gonna have two Davids tonight. Let's go for it.
I was just here to ooh and ah.
Look how pretty. And you did it very well.
Pretty book. No, but you haven't. I was looking. He sent me your link for Instagram, and I was looking the books that you have there. I'm just like, whoa, this guy's serious.
It's been a long time. I love the hunt, and I'm patient. So. I look forward to the next 20 years of adding to it. It's quite the game, and the community is really what tops it all off. It's obviously great to be invited on, but and many more. It's been a pleasure.
Now, as someone, I'm going to ask you one more question. As someone from the UK, and I'll ask my Canadian friends and other friends, like here in the US, we get really excited about price variant books from different places. Is that a thing over there as well? Or you're like, oh, it's just a dirty USA book. Who cares about that?
Yeah.
No one wants the US price one.
No, everyone wants the US price one in the UK.
Yeah.
That's the real deal. There's the 35 centers for, Star Wars 1 and all that kind of good stuff, the famous ones, but mostly people are just after the direct or newsstand versions in the UK, and as long as they're cents, then it's all good.
But you guys had those great mashups over there that didn't make any sense either, like Conan and the Avengers in one book together.
Oh yeah, of course. Go wild. I mean, there's a couple of Captain Britain, obviously, the greatest superhero of all time, some might say, but many wouldn't. But yeah, there's a few. Judge Dredd's an interesting one.
Right. Another great book. I think we just had that first appearance on the show, the 2000 AD book, not long ago. But no, amazing stuff. So we're going to do like we normally do. I know two of you don't have stuff going on the internet, but Dave Molinaro, we'll start with you, buddy. What is Garage Geek? What is coming up for you, sir?
Oh, I forgot you asked this. I do a Friday night show where I just talk about the stuff that I've read, watched, movies, books that I've read. What else? Anything that happens in my life, I basically just chat about. And then I haven't done a live stream in a while, but usually, it's very random. I'll ask somebody, hey, do you want to go live and, just show off some stuff. And I'll just do a random video. So I beside my Friday night chat, I really don't have anything coming up.
Oh, okay. Well, coming up for me, I have 3 shows this week. So it's tomorrow night. We have John's Comics with Kids on at 8:00. That's the extra show. And he's doing a Storm from the X-Men edition of the 1011, where it's just going to be all Storm collectibles and comics, original art, all sorts of stuff. So that's going to be a fun show. And then Thursday night, we got another returning favorite. Sarah, silver-haired Bronze Age babe, is coming back on the 1011. And she is doing what we're calling super dickery covers, where Superman is being a dick on the cover.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
The one where he's pouring the water. Oh, that's
all sorts of stuff. We're just like, what's this guy doing? It's just like Superman being a jerk cover. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
That will be fun.
She had a great Lois Lane episode, which was awesome. And she's not afraid to handle her books either. But so that's what's coming up for me. I do have my November is all scheduled. James, will probably like to get you back on in December, do a second show with you.
Would love that.
We'll schedule that up, and you can pick a theme. We'll do that. Of course, maybe I can get these 2 guys to come back again when you're on, and do the same guys. And maybe my internet will work that night. So
nobody wants me on,
right? And David, what's coming up for you, sir? Anything?
Yeah, so let's see. We're finishing out Halloween. It's busy in the house. You can see I probably keep my mic on mute most of the time because it's like a rodeo in here with my 4 boys running around. So they're getting pumped for Halloween. But I'm going to be doing a read series with my good buddy Justin from No Good Comics. And so we're going to start a series on that soon. We're looking at reading Mr. Miracle, Tom King's version, which is pretty cool. So we're going to be diving into that. But that's it. I'm just trying to keep up and just keep posting books when I can in this busy life, but having fun doing it.
Well, we're going to keep infecting you till you start your own channel at some point.
If I had the time, I would love to do it. Maybe it'll happen sometime. We'll see.
And James, anything going on with your Instagram that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I guess I should. I'm in the middle of a pre-code horror giveaway. I try and do giveaways every month, although I had a hiatus in the summer. But check my page out, the Shawshank Collection. Just posting some cool books and giving away some doubles that I have. Try and give away as many as I can a month, and hopefully we get quite a few entrants this month.
Nice. Now, and what do they have to do to enter, James?
That's a good question. I just copy and paste, so I think it's just like and subscribe. I don't want people to tag anyone or do 3 times something or other.
Right.
Just come and hang out. Maybe write a comment. I think is one of the requirements. But other than that, just come and chat on my page, and there's a bunch of comic weirdos like yourselves.
And guys, don't go there for the contest. I mean, enter it, of course, but go there for the great books. He's got an incredible collection. Just enjoy what he's got to present.
I want the contest. I'm going.
Well, definitely go there. But I think you. So, first of all, thank you to my 2 co-hosts. I always like having someone else here with me. It's better than just my voice alone, especially tonight because all of a sudden my internet was wonky. Worked great all day. Now it was like, screw you. But and of course, there's no show without a great guest. James, you are amazing. And again, I want to apologize to you for my bad internet. I know it made it awkward. I'm really sorry about that.
I can be awkward all on my end. Don't worry about
that. Yes, thank you, Steve. That's my normal Tuesday co-host, Steve the Voice White. And of course, to those who found us late, I knew we threw everybody off starting at 9. Sometimes that's unavoidable, but I think you'll all agree when you're catching it on the replay that it was completely worth it. And I think I definitely had a great time. You were someone I definitely wanted to meet just because you just seemed like a regular dude.
Down to earth.
Right.
Salt of the earth.
And we just need, I'm always up to meet more good people. So it was an absolute honor and pleasure to meet you tonight, James, for real. And same way I met these guys on Instagram and YouTube. And this community is full of great people, and it just makes it so worth being a part of it. So thank you all. And for those of you who are catching us on the rewind, both of their Instagrams over there are listed in the description below. Just go hit the link. It'll bring you right to them. Garage Geek, his YouTube and Instagram is listed below. You can subscribe to him. And guys, he sells himself short. He shows records. He shows pulp books. He shows comics. He does a lot. Go check out David. You might find your new favorite YouTuber. Yep. So he's very eclectic, and it's a lot of fun because there's always something to interest you. And with that, we're going to end the show like we always do. We're going to say thank you so much for watching. We appreciate your time, your comments, your likes, and keep it casual.